Hello everybody, welcome to Irene's channel. We are doing a fact-finding Mythbusters. It's a mouthful, that.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
A Mythbusters. So I'm going to ask you, Irene, a couple of questions about health, wellness and fitness.
I am ready for you.
And I want your honest answer because I've got lots to go through.
I'm sure you have.
So,
Yeah.
my first one is, I watch a lot of like health and doctor YouTube channels, things like that. Obviously, you're now part of that realm. One of the biggest things I found is that vitamins, supplements, all that jazz, doctors in America telling me not to take them. They're useless, apparently. What's the crap with that? Why do you take supplements? What are they for?
Well, I take supplements because I've got that bit older, but I have been taking them for about 10 years. But I take them simply because to make sure I'm getting all I need, because the food source isn't the same, Jack.
Right.
The food source, everything's treated, everything's preserved. So I want to make sure that I get what I need. So I think they are important in this day and age. I disagree with the doctors in America.
Fair enough. And what sort of supplements would you sort of recommend for everyday use, or for your age group, or for my age group?
Well, for my age group, and I think for every age group, we need supplements for our joints. We need supplements for our brain. We need to know that we are getting a nourishing, fulfilled diet. So I like fatty acids.
Okay.
I love
This is going to go in my head. What is a fatty acid? Because I hear the word fat and I go, that's not healthy.
Yeah, it doesn't mean fat as in fat, saturated fat. It means, I mean, you're very young, darling, but in my day, when I was a little girl, we used to have cod liver oil. We used to have more oils. So it's a sort of healthy oil of fatty acids, like I love virgin olive oil. Anything that, the healthier oils. And also, you can get a lot of oils out of your food, but I do put my sort of salmons and stuff like that, I put oil. I put virgin olive oil. Fatty acids are what the body needs to look and feel good.
Right. So I was always told omega-3 for like my brain, my joints, my eyes especially.
Yeah.
That's something that you sort of live by, isn't it? Like an omega-3 sort of tablet type thing.
I absolutely do. In fact, I have an omega-3 that contains everything, and it contains turmeric.
We've got this. We've got it here. That's this one. So not sponsored, but
no, not being paid to say this.
No, 7 C's, omega-3 and immunity. So that's fish oil with omega-3, vitamin C, D and zinc. So what sort of, I know it says turmeric, so talk me through turmeric, because that's like a massive buzzword at the moment in the health industry.
It has become a buzzword. I mean, there'll always be something that people discover. They've been there forever. They've been there before modern medicine.
Right.
They're plant-based and everything. But turmeric has been proved, not entirely, but almost to get rid of inflammation in the body.
Right,
so
okay.
In my age group, it's quite vital. Now, I don't take a lot of it. I take that mixed one because I put a lot of turmeric in my food, especially turmeric with pepper.
Yeah.
Black pepper and turmeric. They are an aid to digestion and an anti-inflammatory. So what I'm doing, Jack, at my age, because I'm nearly 83, is everything. I've got slight osteoarthritis, which part of the course, I'm the age group for that, which I don't take any tablets for other than these few little things that I take, the omega-3, the fatty acids, and turmeric. I sprinkle on it. I have a turmeric oil that I rub in my skin.
Right.
The doctors will never say, because there's no money to be made.
It's quite like Eastern, isn't it? Like I know in like the sort of Asian countries, they use turmeric a lot for things like skincare and it like helps reduce redness and things like that. You like to use olive oil on your skin though, don't you?
And I'm passionate about this one. I'm very, very passionate.
So talk, because my granddad used to use this in his hair. I know that because it kept his hair.
I've got it on now.
It kept my granddad's hair jet black.
Oh, well, it's not worked for me. I still have to dye my hair to get rid of the colour.
So, right, talk to me about olive oil then.
I love this. Is the purest virgin olive oil. I mean, the Mediterranean diet, we've all heard about this.
Yeah.
That is sound. There's no tricks or anything. That really works for everything. Of course, people will say, well, all this is fattening. It isn't fattening. It's assimilated in the system, and we're not using loads of it. So I sprinkle this on my food, on salads. Absolutely. And I've now started to put this actually on my skin. Instead of using creams, at night I put a little of this on my skin. I rub a little through my hair. And it's hard to tell at this age, but I definitely think my skin is more nourished, more plumper. I'm not looking to get rid of age lines. I'm quite happy with myself, but it makes me feel good. And I know that I'm ingesting it, so I'm getting it within. I'm putting it on my face and skin, which is going into my body anyway. I'm not losing, I think I reckon I probably use about a teaspoon in all a day. I'm not doing mad things like swallowing gallons virgin olive oil.
Yeah. So when we talk about the foods that we eat, it's important to have a variety and not limit things.
I think so. I mean, I know that everybody is on some sort of a diet. They read about what the next celebrity does. So they empty the fridge in a moment of foolhardiness and have a cabbage diet or a this diet. Basically, none of it is sustainable as a diet. The word diet should only be used as food. It shouldn't be used as starvation and for cutting out food groups. So I just like to eat healthily. I have no addictions and obsessions. We have to get rid of that. Colourful food, a bit of everything.
Yeah.
A bit of everything. And unless you have an actual allergy, I mean, so many people are gluten-free. Do they need to be? Has it been prescribed by a doctor that you have a gluten intolerance? Or is it just because somebody else is decided that having gluten is not good for you? So they don't have it. I believe in everything healthy, loads of healthy soups. I don't diet. I refuse, when I say diet, as in losing weight. I just, anything that's considered naughty, I have in limited amounts.
Yeah, so it's like fine to have a little bit of sugar or a little bit of chocolate every now and again, bit of wine with your meal, all that's quite, I mean, you would say it's like the no-nonsense diet, isn't it?
Well, I call it, I don't know whether I can swear, but I think you'll understand if I swear, the bloody common sense. It's just common sense. What I am doing at the moment, and I'm having a lot of success with my clients, is I'm encouraging them between meals not to have caffeine or sugar.
Right, okay.
Keep between meals. That means you can still have what you want, but decaf maybe.
Yeah.
Because caffeine and sugar alter how you feel and think. So if you're having that between meals, you're more likely to keep on with the biscuit tin or
Yeah.
But anything with your meals, I do encourage not too much overload. That's the size of your stomach, Jack.
So your hands like that's the size of
you
your
can't
stomach.
literally put your food in your hands and do that.
Right.
Don't overfill.
Right, okay.
But eat when you're hungry. Why not eat? Why? It's meant, food isn't the enemy. Your attitude to it is.
That's a very good way of looking at it. And I know I asked you this earlier, the one food you could not live without, apart from salmon, because I know part of the Jewish community, we love a bit of salmon and any sort of oily fish anyway. But talk to me about this.
Oh my God, avocado. It's not because I ever read in all the years I've been teaching, 40 years, that it's the healthiest food. Absolutely love it. It has everything. I would say it's one of the best foods for all-round general health.
Right.
So I make my avocado tasty. I'm not dieting, so I scoop out my avocado. I sometimes mash it with a hard-boiled egg, little black pepper, even a little bit of mayo. I'm not depriving myself of what I like.
Right.
We're not talking about vast amounts of stuff. And I love, love, love that. Sometimes I have it on toast. I can have avocado. I think generally, and most people can tolerate this. If they don't like the taste, well, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever said they're allergic to this.
Well, I actually am, I think.
you really?
Well, I don't know. When I was a kid, I had my tongue sort of tingled and swelled with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I've eaten it before with you, and it's been fine. So I don't know whether I was just overthinking it because I had a lot of allergies as a kid, /
Yeah.
still do.
Yeah.
But avocado is not something as an adult that I have in my diet.
Well, I think it's because I've been teaching so long and it makes me feel good. I mean, you know yourself, just as you would say to yourself, I don't feel good after I've eaten that, or I've eaten a load of crap, or whatever. I feel good. It's not psychological. I do feel good when I have this sort of food.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth in it because a lot of like beauty products will like use avocado or avocado oil, coconut oil, honey, all the sort of foods that Mother Nature sort of gives you that have benefits. People are using them within products when they don't actually need to, and they could just use them as they are.
I know.
So like honey, I was always told is a great face mask on its own.
Yeah.
Just put a bit of honey in as a face mask, leave it 5 minutes, rub it off, gets rid of inflammation, all that sort of stuff. So why would I then go and buy a face mask or a cream that has the tiniest minute extract of that honey when I can just use the actual product itself?
Well, why? Yeah, why? But it's so bloody messy.
It is. It is.
I like natural products, so most of my natural products, skincare products, do contain this sort of stuff. I mean, I don't go out and I never ever look at labels and stuff like that, or see percentages of fat or this. This makes me feel good, or I might just want to try that and it might suit me. And most of the stuff now, especially Indian and Chinese, they contain all the goodness. You could prepare it yourself. Like I used to take turmeric. I used to have turmeric drinks.
Yeah.
Now I do it myself. Now I make them myself. Not because they're cheap, I just make them myself. I just use turmeric and I use ginger and I use... so I love all that stuff. I love it. I mix it sometimes with tonic water. Mix it up. I add a little bit of honey. I put honey on everything.
Yeah.
I put honey on everything. These are things I've discovered as I've got older. Because as you get older, certain things are better for your conditions. We do need the fatty acids for our joints. I suppose when you're younger, that isn't an element that you think about.
Yeah, I don't tend to think about my joints at all.
Well, I didn't think about mine until I got out of bed one day and my hips were going that way and my head was the other way. And I had to rub a load of stuff on one hip to get it back. That's part of the course, it's part of the age. However fit you are, it's a little wear and tear everywhere. So.
Yeah. So, right, to end on, I've got a true or false question for you, all right? I don't know if you're going to know the answer to this. And I don't think many people at home know the answer to this either. So, true or false? Labels on food or labels on skincare, anything that has a label, lists the ingredients on it, from what's most in it to what's least in it. True or false?
It's probably true, though. Or is it false?
It is true.
Yeah. It's probably true because they get sued otherwise.
Well, yeah. I always found... So, the tip that I always give to people is, especially with skincare, because I'm a little bit of like a skincare guru, but not. When it says on it, natural, organic, 99.9% natural ingredients, and the main ingredient in it, or it's got honey extract or almond oil or whatever it says as like the little subtitle on it, just check on the label where it is, because 9 times out of 10, that active ingredient that is supposed to sell the product is actually at the bottom and has the least amount of product in it.
I know.
So that's my little tip.
They have to be a bit careful being too misleading, Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a sales technique. I mean, let's face it, everybody's in business to sell or to make.
Yeah.
So there has to be, it's almost like when somebody writes an article about a celebrity. If it's totally unfounded, they will get into trouble. If there's a basic bottom line truth, they won't. I think it's the same sort of thing. There are things that are more honest. There are people that are more honest, but then it's maybe just a little bit of a white lie, but it can't be totally unfounded, otherwise there'd be a problem. So I do think it's true. And even the little bit of whatever's good is better than a lot of whatever's not good.
Fair enough. So the moral of the story is eat what you want and do what you want as long as it's moderation, as long as it's only little bits at a time.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and you're only here once.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Take it from a fitness expert of 4 years. You're only here once.
So, what we know of.
Well, yeah, that we know of. Right, thank you very much for that. That was so good. And
Anytime.
I love you so
I love
much.
you too.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.